I came into contact with somebody from one of the big four, ended up becoming kind of a mentor to me. He's now a member of our club.
Man, when I first saw my first Hell's Angel standing there, I was like, that's what I want to be, man.
If you're running a three-piece, just like you know, it is truly an outlaw standard. Doesn't make you a one percenter, but it makes you an outlaw.
This is what I believe in, you know, and it was awesome to see that my brothers believed in me.
It's the wolf leading the sheep, man. You know, the sheep need to open their eyes because they're about to walk off the cliff where the whole other pack of wolves are at the bottom.
If you were getting your lunch money taken before you put them rags on, if they catch you by yourself, they're going to take your lunch money again.
I try to be around the guys and hang out with them as much as possible and get to know them, because that's really what it's about.
The Hells Angels are being arraigned.
One man was stabbed in the chest, another was knocked out, who faced criminal charges, including charges of hate crimes as well as gang allegations. One defendant faces an attempted murder charge, so this certainly appears to be a widespread investigation.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we got more breaking news. Damn, the breaking news just keeps on coming. So if you guys don't know who Ryan Wedding is, he's an infamous snowboarder from the Olympics. He's been arrested, and this is huge. He was on the FBI's most wanted list. He was the most wanted person in America, basically. And he's been arrested, and I'm going to tell you how they got him. How do you guys think they got him? Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chat with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. Thank you all for joining me today, and we're going to get into how did they catch this guy. He's been wanted for so long, and he's been on the run, and he's been pretty elusive to the cops because, I mean, they just raided one of his warehouses in Mexico. They found, what was it, like $500,000 worth of motorcycles, and they confiscated all those, and a lot of money they took. And apparently Ryan Wedding turned himself in. Yup, they didn't have to go looking for him. He turned himself in. And he was taken into custody in Mexico. And we're going to talk about this case. This is a wild situation. People never thought that he would be caught, especially, I mean, this fast since he's been placed on the most wanted list. He was on the FBI's top 10 most wanted list for a while, but they just arrested the number one person. So boom, they bump him off and they posted him as the number one person. So that must have put some pressure on him, them raiding his hideaways over there in Mexico, finding all the bikes, getting all this money. He probably felt the pressure and he was like, damn, I need to do something. We're going to look at a press conference today. I got a video for you guys. Hey, SYLSH, Randy, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. Easy, what's good, man? Ryan's the reason. Inhaled the secondhand smoke. Oh, man. So, he is an infamous alleged drug trafficker. He's an ex-Olympian. It's pretty wild. So Ryan Wedding, ex-Olympic snowboarder accused of being a drug kingpin, is arrested. Ryan Wedding, the Canadian former Olympic snowboarder, allegedly behind one of the most violent drug trafficking organizations, was arrested Thursday night in Mexico. FBI Director Kash Patel said he looks very weird in this news conference, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. But authorities believe Wedding, 44, is a member of the Sinaloa cartel. How does a white guy from Canada become a member of the Sinaloa cartel? It's pretty crazy. He had been hiding in Mexico for more than a decade while running and participating in the transnational drug trafficking operation, Patel said Friday in a post on X. So he was like at the top of the chain there. And I mean, this guy's running the show allegedly for the Sinaloa cartel. Patel says Weddings shipped hundreds of kilograms of cocaine from Colombia through Mexico into Southern California to the United States and to Canada. He went from Olympic snowboarder to the largest narcotics trafficker in modern times. He is a modern day El Chapo. He's a modern day Pablo Escobar, they said. Now, if he was, that he wouldn't have been caught. So, I don't even think they should compare him to Pablo Escobar. Come on, give me a break. This guy's a fucking snowboarder. Goes down there. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't think he's that level, but whatever. Maybe they think that. Maybe they want to use those terms to make him seem like something he's not. He thought that he could evade justice, Patel said in a news conference, referring to the notorious leader of Mexico's most powerful Sinaloa cartel. In March, he was added to the FBI's top 10 list of fugitives, and there was a $15 million reward for information leading to his arrest and prosecution. You see, if that was me, I would have told someone I know, hey, you could turn me in, just you get to keep the money. Fuck it, right? If he's gonna go turn himself in, he should have just had someone he knew turn him in and get the money. So it's a $15 million reward leading to information leading to his arrest and prosecution. Attorney General Pam Bondi said Wedding was flown to the U.S. where he will face justice. Director Patel has worked tirelessly to bring fugitives to justice. That's pretty funny when he turned himself in. So we are grateful to our incredible ambassador, Ron Johnson, and the Mexican authorities for assisting in this case, Bondi said in a post on X. Why don't you go after the people in the U.S. that are ripping us off of our money? Yeah, you should probably do that next. He is scheduled to make his first court appearance on Monday. Weddings organization is responsible for shipping about 60 metric tons of cocaine through Southern California. Akil Davis, assistant director of the FBI Los Angeles field office, said in a news conference. He also accused of orchestrating multiple murders of victims and government witnesses. One alleged victim was a federal witness who was supposed to testify against him. The witness was fatally shot at a restaurant after authorities said Wedding placed a bounty on his head and used Canadian website to find the witness and his wife. In November, a grand jury indictment was unsealed, charging him with the death of the witness. We told you in November that we would find Mr. Wedding, and today that day has arrived. That's a fucking lie, because they didn't find him. He turned himself in. So all this shit like they found him, no, he found you. So don't spin it around like you found him. He turned himself in. Call it for what it is. You guys didn't find him. He found you. The former athlete is charged in September of 2024 with a superseding indictment with attempted murder and other counts related to alleged drug enterprise. Court documents allege Wedding's crime spree began in 2008, 6 years after he represented Canada in the Winter Olympics, Salt Lake City. I remember when that went down. Federal prosecutors said he traveled to San Diego and two other men to buy cocaine, according to court documents. The dealer the men had allegedly arranged to meet with was working undercover for the FBI. Wedding was arrested and found guilty of conspiracy to distribute cocaine following November 2009 trial. He was sentenced to 48 months in federal prison. He was released in December 2011. So how does someone in 2011, right? So in 2009, he gets arrested. He gets found guilty. And all of a sudden, 2011, he turns into the biggest kingpin in the country. I don't know. I kind of find this hard to believe, but okay. So he was sentenced to 48 months in federal prison. Okay. Like that doesn't seem like that long. I mean, 4 years? You get 4 years for trafficking cocaine? Like that just seems kind of light to me. Does anybody else feel like something is off with that sentence? Or am I wrong? Maybe I'm just reading this wrong, but I don't fucking think so. Virginia Chaos, what's going on? Easy, how you doing? Big news today. Kaz looks the highest director ever. 100%. Wait till you see the video. You can say, what the fuck? Watch out for us Canadians. So loud, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me today. Really appreciate you and everything you do for this channel. Comment to make you angry. Paper Staxx, what's going on, man? Chilling. Thank you for joining me today. If you haven't tried out Patreon, go check it out. There's a lot of exclusive content. Matter of fact, there was a crazy shooting out here in Hamden, Connecticut, and 4 young teens, right? They had long guns like AKs and other weapons like that. They crept around this house. The video's on Patreon right now. They crept around this house. They knocked on the window. Doo, doo, doo. And then they stood back. 4 different guys, right? Boom, 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 boom. And they just unloaded on this window in the side of the house. And it's all caught on videos. Like, I don't understand. So what did they do that for? A medal? Because they're not winning one. You know what they're winning? A prison sentence. So, like, if you ever plan on doing something stupid as that, okay, you shot up a house. Now you're going to be in prison for the rest of your life. And they injured somebody, and they didn't kill anybody. But, like, for real, why even do something like that? It's just makes no damn sense. Al Rose, what's up? How are you? Thank you for joining me. Amazing job from Canada. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, Lindsay, 19-month member. Thank you for that. I really appreciate the dedication and the commitment. Ken, how you doing? Make sure you guys check out the membership. There's a lot of exclusive content. I'm going to be uploading some videos very soon. I'm in the middle of editing. I'm almost done. So hopefully by tonight, I can upload the first episode with Rusty Dusty. And then I'll be uploading the episode with Yaki Lopez. A really good interview I did with him. But this is a wild story. So the federal prosecutors are saying that he traveled to San Diego with 2 other men to buy cocaine. So he went there to buy cocaine, right? The dealer the guys allegedly met was an undercover agent. Wedding was arrested and found guilty on conspiracy, so he didn't even get caught with anything. He had a trial in 2009. He was sentenced to 48 months in prison. He was released in 2011. Federal law enforcement said in an unsealed indictment that he found his criminal drug enterprise after his release. Authorities have arrested 36 people for their role in the organization, Davis said. The U.S. Treasury Department has sanctioned 19 people, including Wedding. More than 2,300 kilograms of cocaine, 44 kilograms of methamphetamine, 44 kilograms of fentanyl, 8 firearms, and over $55 million in illicit assets have been seized in the investigation. Last month, authorities in Mexico seized dozens of motorcycles worth an estimated $40 million. So if they seized $55 million in the past and then $40 million, that's over $100 million. Wedding is believed on his own. They seized 2 Olympic medals. He never won an Olympic medal, though, but I think he had these made. They seized 2 vehicles, drugs, and artwork and other various items located in Mexico City. Davis said they are all seeking multiple other people, and State Department is offering $2 million reward for information leading to additional arrests. Now, I got this video for you guys, and we're going to take a look at tweaked out Kash Patel. I mean, he looks really weird. We're going to check this out. Let's take a look.
Because of President Trump's incredible leadership and commitment to supporting law enforcement across the country and around the world. We are here today.
All right, this has nothing to do with President Trump. I don't know why he would even say that, but remember this. Ryan Wedding turned himself in. So watch them try to take responsibility for getting him. It's sickening, like it really is.
To announce another record historic achievement because of law enforcement partnerships across America and across the globe come together to fight crime in all corners of the earth. Today, we are announcing a capture of another FBI's most wanted top 10 fugitive, Ryan Wedding. That makes 6 top 10 FBI captures in 1 year alone.
He turned himself in. It's not a capture when they turn themselves in. He turned himself in. You didn't capture shit. He captured himself.
To put that in perspective, that's 2 more than the entirety of the prior administration. And none of this would be possible without the tremendous leadership of Attorney General Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice and our partners and prosecutors at the United States Attorney's Office here in LA and our Los Angeles field office. Here you'll see many of our brave partners, including the Commissioner of the RCMP, Chief of Police of the LAPD, our LA field office, ADIC, along with our partners from DEA and CBP and more. This is what a united front looks like. And just to tell you how bad of a guy Ryan Wedding is, he went from an Olympic snowboarder to the largest narco trafficker in modern times. He is a modern day El Chapo.
No, he's not. Come on. He just started this in December 2011. These guys are trumping this shit up like to no degree. I mean, El Chapo and fucking Escobar, those are like legendary figures. This guy's putting Ryan Wedding on the same playing field as El Chapo and Pablo Escobar. Like, come on, Kash Patel. Just stop it. Stop it. Like, you're putting this guy on the same field as El Chapo and Pablo Escobar. Like, this is who you're calling El Pablo. Oh, man, I can't lay off the sauce, Kash Patel. Lay off the sauce. The capture of this guy, no, he turned himself in. You didn't capture anything.
He is a modern day Pablo Escobar, and he thought he could evade justice. But these brave men and women put together a prosecution package, put together an investigative package, put together an operation strategy, and here we are today bringing him to justice for trafficking hundreds of kilos of cocaine and also for the murder of innocent civilians. This individual and his organization in the Sinaloa cartel.
Yeah, I'm sure they went after people for no apparent reason whatsoever, right? These people were just minding their own business. Come on, man. Does this guy expect us to believe this shit after they said, I know El Chapo moved metric tons. This dude was slinging keys. El Chapo and fucking Pablo Escobar. Like, come on. Pablo Escobar was basically running the country. This guy was a part of a little clique down there in Mexico. This guy was not no El Pablo or no El Chapo. Kaz has been drinking too much sauce. I used to like Kash Patel, but I don't know. Something's off with this guy recently. And they're like, you see what we put together? We captured this guy. No, he turned himself in. CMC, what's up, man? He turned himself in. There's a huge fucking difference. This guy walked himself in and got handcuffed. You guys didn't go out and do shit. He told you where he was. He walked up and said, here I am. But they're trying to make it seem like, oh, they hunted him down.
Poured narcotics into the streets of North America and killed too many of our youth and corrupted too many of our citizens. And that ends today. I also want to have a tremendous shout out to the government of Mexico, President Sheinbaum, Secretary.
Oh, the same people who are letting the stuff into the country. Big shout out to them, right? Why he turned himself in? Who fucking knows? He won't get bail. There's no way he'll get bail. He's on the top 10 most wanted list. He won't get bail. No way. He probably thinks he could beat the case. That's probably why he turned himself in, because he thinks he could beat the case. 100%. He thinks he could beat it. But these guys act like, oh, because we put together this task force right here, this is the reason why he turned himself in. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Harfouche and the military and law enforcement officers in Mexico worked hand in glove with our teams on the ground there to apprehend last night in Mexico City, Ryan Wedding. I was privileged to be there on a previously planned trip, and this was a great operation that came together through interagency success, because no one behind me and to the side of me cares about credit. They care about putting away the bad guys and safeguarding our communities. That is the leadership that President Trump has brought to the presidency.
Then why don't you say for what it is? If you don't care about credit, how come you don't say he turned himself in? He walked into the embassy. That's what he did. He walked into the U.S. embassy and he turned himself in. He said, hey, I'm Ryan Wedding. They said, freeze, don't move. We captured him. These people are insane. Tommy, what's up, bro?
That is the support that he has brought to law enforcement from coast to coast, and I just can't say how thankful I am to be a small part of
hey,
this.
What's up, man?
The
Smitty,
FBI.
how are you?
These men and women do the hard work. When you go after a guy like Ryan Wedding, it takes a united front, and that's what you're seeing here. You're seeing global partnerships.
No, I'm gonna. I just finished Landman last night, so I'm gonna check that out. Bad Blood. I was wondering what the name of that was. Let me write this shit down. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. If anyone has any other series that's good to watch, let me know. And I definitely like to check out some good stuff. So if you know of any good series to watch, anything like that, I already seen that, man, Mayor Kingtown. I already seen a lot of stuff. Bad Blood is a great show. I'm definitely gonna check it out. I think I tried to start watching it a while ago, but maybe I'll try it out.
From coast to coast.
That's the guy from Sons of Anarchy in it, right? Tig, is he in it? I already seen Shameless, man. Tulsa King, yeah, seen it. Mobland. I was gonna watch that. I didn't see Mobland yet. You got to watch Startup. Startup's a good series. It's pretty good. Landman's a great show. Yeah, it ended yesterday, or it ended whenever, last Sunday, and I got to watch the last episode yesterday. It was pretty good. Very weird on some parts, but whatever, it is what it is. It's officially over. But now, yeah, it's based on a true story. Mayor Kingston is based on a true story. Yeah, it is. All these are phenomenal shows. Definitely are. Bill, according to Mexico News, he was arrested by Mexican authorities and turned over to U.S. Yes, but he turned himself in. He turned himself in to the U.S. Embassy in Mexico City. And these guys are acting like they went out and caught him. Didn't happen like that. He turned himself in. These guys they want, we don't care about credit, but we're going to say how good of a job we did at going to pick him up because he turned himself in. They didn't go and arrest him. They didn't go have this operation where they went and got him at this house and all that. He walked into the U.S. Embassy in Mexico City and they handcuffed him.
I want to give a special shout out to our ambassador in Mexico, Ambassador Ron Johnson, quarterbacked this effort for us from Mexico for a year plus. As soon as he got to post at our new embassy compound there, he made this a priority and he came through. This is what leadership looks like. And this is a historic 2025 year the FBI
Listen, I'm gonna. They said it was misreported. Man, I did a little research and it says that he turned himself in. But I will do some research and I'll try to get some more details on exactly how it happened because these guys are full of shit. We all know that the government's full of shit, right? I mean, they're the ones that should be in handcuffs. Most of these people. Where are our tax dollars? That's what I want to know. Why are all these community learning centers going up and all these millions of dollars missing? Where is our money? That's what I want to know. How come no one's being prosecuted? If I worked at a store and I took $1 out of a fucking cash register, I'd be in jail, right? So why aren't any of these people in jail? Why are they letting them just get away with this shit? Have you watched High Potential? No. What's that? I'll check it out. All these Connecticut leaders, they got our hand in our pockets. All of them do. They've been ripping off the Connecticut taxpayers for a long time. And they're spiking up all these different things like property tax. And it's just sickening what they do here in Connecticut. And all these people are getting paid from it. And I want to know where my money is.
FBI is having. To put it in perspective, the FBI has had 67,000 arrests this year alone. That is a 200% increase. The FBI has captured 6 of the top 10 most fugitives on our board. The FBI has also seized enough fentanyl to kill 150 million Americans, a 31% increase. The FBI has arrested 35% more espionage corrupt actors from China, Russia, the DPRK, and Iran. The FBI has found and identified 6,000 children that were missing. That is up 22%. All of these historic record-breaking numbers lead to another historic record-breaking number brought to you by President Trump's leadership. That is a 20% decline.
Yo, listen to this. I just looked it up, right? I said, did Ryan Wedding turn himself in? It says yes. Former Olympic snowboarder Ryan Wedding turned himself in to authorities in Mexico on Thursday night, January 22nd, to face charges leading to a violent drug trafficking organization. He surrendered to law enforcement officials. Mexican authorities confirmed that Wedding turned himself in at the U.S. Embassy in Mexico City. So there you have it. They didn't misreport on it. They're lying to you guys. They want you to think they captured him. But he turned himself in. He walked into the U.S. Embassy and said, I'm Ryan Wedding. And they handcuffed him. That's what happened. So it says right here from the BBC 1 hour ago, Associated Press says an Mexican City security cabinet member reported that Wedding turned himself in at the U.S. Embassy. He's been arrested in Mexico and will be extradited to the U.S. after years on the run. Kash Patel, blah, blah, blah. Wedding, who has been on the FBI's top 10 most wanted list, is accused of running a transnational drug trafficking operation and moving tons of cocaine across international borders. Wedding's 44. Damn, I'm older than this guy. He's also wanted for murder charges, the U.S. said. He believed Wedding was living in Mexico under the Sinaloa cartel's protection. The head of Canada's federal police force, and we all know that Wedding is not the head of the Sinaloa cartel, but this guy went on there and said, oh, he's compared to Pablo Escobar and El Chapo. Listen to what this fucker is saying.
Today, we are here because of President Trump's incredible leadership and commitment to supporting law enforcement across the country and around the world. We are here today to announce another record historic achievement because of law enforcement partnerships across America and across the globe come together to fight crime in all corners of the earth. Today, we are announcing a capture of another FBI's most wanted top 10 fugitive.
Lisa,
Ryan
how you
Wedding.
doing?
That makes 6 top 10 FBI captures in 1 year alone. To put that in perspective, that's 2 more than the entirety of the prior administration. And none of this would be possible without the tremendous leadership of Attorney General Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice and our partners and prosecutors at the United States Attorney's Office here in LA and our Los Angeles field office. Here you'll see many of our brave partners, including the Commissioner of the RCMP, Chief of Police and LAPD, our LA field office, ADIC, along with our partners from DEA and CBP and more. This is what a united front looks like. And just to tell you how bad of a guy Ryan Wedding is, he went from an Olympic snowboarder to the largest narco trafficker in modern times. He is the modern day El Chapo. He is the modern day Pablo Escobar. And he thought he could have.
No, he's not. Definitely the largest narco trafficker of our times. No, it's just he's one of the people that came on your radar because it is a pretty unique thing for a Canadian to be involved with these people, right? To be involved with the Sinaloa cartel. That's a pretty unique situation. But I can guarantee you he is not the largest narco trafficker anywhere. He's not. He's just a person that's involved with the mix. Guarantee you there's people 10 times worse than him doing stuff on an astronomical scale way bigger than him. This guy just got into the game and all of a sudden he's the biggest trafficker in the game. Just stop it. Just stop it. He's trying to gas people up. Kash Patel here is gaslighting people. He wants you guys to think this guy's the craziest narco we ever got. He's the craziest in existence, and we got him. And they're trying to play like they went out and captured this guy. He turned himself in to the fucking U.S. Embassy. So Kash Patel is full of shit. I'm pulling your card, Kash Patel. I think you are full of shit. And you said you were going to do a lot different things when you got on the FBI, and you haven't. I mean, look at that guy to the left of you. Isn't that guy a corrupt guy? I've seen his ass before, somewhere. Maybe it was the O.J. Simpson trial or some shit, or during the riots. But I've definitely seen that guy somewhere before. And it wasn't for good things.
Evade justice. But these brave men and women put together a prosecution. I want to give a special shout out. This is what leadership looks like. And this is a historic 2025 year the FBI is having. To put it in perspective, the FBI has had 67,000 arrests this
It's 2026, Kaz.
year alone. That is a 200% increase. The FBI has captured 6 of the top 10 most fugitives on our board. The FBI has also seized enough fentanyl.
Tommy, right? The Chinese are importing all kinds of that to our streets. How come the importers of that aren't being charged? How come no people are being paraded in front of the camera from China? Why? Why not? Because this guy's more important. You want to know why? Because they're making a spectacle of it because it's a white guy from Canada who was an Olympic snowboarder that went down to Mexico and got involved with these people. It is a unique story, right? And it grabs headlines. But this guy isn't the biggest out there. I guarantee you he's not even close to the biggest out there. But they're making it seem like he is. Of course they're going to do that. They got the big fish. This is going to stop all production across the board because we got this guy. No, it's not. Where's the people from China who are pushing this stuff into our country? Why don't you parade them in front of the camera? It's because it's a white guy from Canada who got involved with the Sinaloa cartel. It's a good story, right?
To kill 150 million Americans, a 31% increase. The FBI has arrested 35% more espionage corrupt actors from China, Russia, the DPRK, and Iran. The FBI has found and identified 6,000 children that were missing. That is up 22%. All of these historic record-breaking numbers lead to another historic record-breaking number brought to you by President Trump's leadership. That is a 20% decline in the murder rate in the United States of America. That is an all-time record for the modern era. Our communities are safeguarded by these men and women We are thankful to be partnered with the Department of Justice in the relentless efforts to safeguard our communities by Attorney General Pam Bondi and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. But we're not done today. We're going to get back on the plane, and we've captured and apprehended another top 10 fugitive while we were in Mexico, and we're going to head east and hand him over to local law enforcement authorities. I also want to give a huge shout out to state and local law enforcement. This work is not possible at all without them on the front lines every single day. They are the greatest partners we can ever have, and thank God we have a president who backs the blue. And that is what results look like. Personally, for me at the FBI, I want to thank our hostage rescue team. I want to thank our special forces, our special flight operations unit. I want to thank our headquarters component, our LA field office. This was a enterprise-wide success. The moving pieces to pull this off and apprehend one of the world's most wanted criminals and bring him to justice in the United States of America can only be done when you have leadership.
I call
from the top of
bullshit.
President Trump, the Attorney General, and all these great leaders here.
I call bullshit. To pull this off, he walked into the fucking embassy. You guys didn't pull nothing off. What, you got to go pick him up? Big deal. He's already in custody. What the fuck did you pull off? You didn't pull off nothing. I mean, it wouldn't sound good if he said, he turned himself in Mexico and we got to go pick him up. Thanks for Mexican, whatever. He turned himself in. It wouldn't sound good if he said that, right? He says this operation, it wouldn't have been possible. He wouldn't have been captured. This is crazy. Talk about gaslighting at its best, right? I'm 100% correct, man. He just compared Ryan Wedding to El Chapo and Pablo Escobar. This guy's been moving whatever since 2011, and you're telling me he's El Pablo and El Chapo and Pablo Escobar status? Highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. This guy is gaslighting to the max. So full of shit. Ain't that right, Kaz?
I'm going to turn it over to the Assistant Director in charge of the Los Angeles Field Office, Akil Davis, for some more comments on the case itself and the investigation.
And there you have it. So what do you guys think of this situation? I want to know what your thoughts are. Do you think he's El Pablo? Staxx is more angry at the comparison. 100%, man. Don't compare this guy to Pablo Escobar or fucking El Chapo. Is he going to be held in Supermax too? This guy did 48 months in prison for conspiracy to possess cocaine in the past. El Chapo, biggest criminal ever. Like, just stop it. I mean, it sounds good. It's a good story, right? Ex-snowboarder for the U.S. Olympics. Turns into a drug kingpin, blah, blah, blah. But to compare him to fucking El Chapo and Pablo Escobar is just a fucking far stretch. How dumb do they think we are? Like, really? Like, come on, call a spade a spade. You guys are fucking idiots. He turned himself in. Call it for what it is, you fucking dumb motherfuckers. But if you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Look who's happy they caught him. John A. Light. He's dancing because they caught them guys. Ain't that right? They should have sent these guys after him. They would have caught him faster, right? I want to thank the Twin Outlaw Brotherhood. But anyway, I hope you guys like this show. A lot more on the way. Stay tuned because we got some new content. Donnie. Where's Donnie? Ooh, I got something that's going to blow your mind about Donnie. It's pretty crazy, so stay tuned. I'll probably drop it tomorrow. Ain't that right, Donnie? What's that bump on your eyebrow, Donnie? Ugh. Anyway, I hope you guys like this show. Hit the like button, subscribe, Hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chatting with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.
FBI, open up! All right, Bill Staxx, this is for you. You got a couple days to take down the fake you've been saying. And if you don't, we're going to sue your and that's a fact. So take that down and stop spreading false information. God bless, mother. God bless, mother.